LG and welcome back to my channel. So as most of y'all should know, I am moving, y'all. I'm moving out of my house finally, out of my parents' house to be very exact. And I will be filming this whole process from apartment hunting, which is what today's video is going to be about, to moving in, to decor, to trying to figure out how to budget while I'm living on my own and all of that. So I will be taking you guys on this complete journey with me. So for this first video, as you guys can tell by the title, I went apartment hunting with my dad. It was such an eye-opening experience. I had to learn that when it comes to adulting, there are going to be a lot of things that you have to compromise for the greater good. Whether it's comfort or price or size or all around just safety. You have to really take into account all the things that you're, what you want for yourself whenever you're moving to a new city, to a new place, whether you're in the same city, whether you're going for school, whether you're going for work, all of these things you must consider whenever you are moving. So I'm gonna be showing you guys where I was looking, the kind of apartments I was looking at, and I will also be giving you guys tips for apartment hunting whenever you guys wanna go ahead and do this yourself. Now, the one tip I do want to give you guys is that when you are looking for furniture, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a whole furniture series, but for this video, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys this tip, really big tip. When you guys are looking for furniture, especially if this is going to be a temporary place that you definitely know when you buy your own house, you want to buy new stuff. Because I know for me, I want to buy all brand new stuff whenever I do purchase my own home. So in the meantime, what I'm looking for in terms of furniture are things that I will definitely like things that would fit my space, but also things that are really, really affordable. I'm not saying cheap. I'm not saying cheap. Things that I can, with full comfort, buy without breaking my bank. And the way that I've been doing that, amongst other ways, you know, by looking at discount furnitures and stuff like that, is looking at Poshmark as well. Poshmark is the easiest way to sell items to clean out your closet or home. You can also find amazing deals and shop from thousands of brands. Some of the brands that I've seen on Poshmark that I was really like, what you doing on there? I might just have to get you an idea. I've seen Nike, I've seen Michael Kors, which, y'all, look, the whole Michael Kors debate. Y'all know a good Michael Kors bag is still banging. Come on now, like, you know, if you got a banging Michael Kors bag, you would rock that hoe. So let's not be bougie out here, okay? Be within your tax bracket. think like that. I've also seen some other brands such as Free People, BB, and one of my favorites, y'all, Victoria's Secret. Pink too. All of that is on Poshmark. And also, Home just launched on Poshmark, so you can now list items such as bedding, stationery, accents, and more. And this will help a lot for people like me that are moving out but don't want to break the bank whenever they're looking for stuff for their new home or apartment or townhouse, whatever you might be moving into. If you're like me, then you're going to look at places like Poshmark so that you can find things that might be, you know, higher priced elsewhere, but you know, it's nothing if it's like, you know, a little worn out, just a little bit, or it could be brand new even. You can find all kinds of things on Poshmark, and that's why I love to use Poshmark as well. And y'all can go ahead and check out my closets. Everything will be in the description box down below. All of the details on Poshmark, how to download the app, how to make your own closet, my closet, anything that you guys want to go ahead and check out will be in the description box down below. They also have luxury brands available on Poshmark. In fact, if you buy $500 or more worth of items that are from a luxury brand, you can also get authentication for those. And I'm talking Gucci, even though they're canceled. Chanel. I know I saw some Dior on there, and I've definitely seen some MCM. So if you guys haven't checked out Poshmark by now, you need to go ahead and do that, honey. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So when my dad and I made the trip down for a weekend, we decided to go ahead and look at different apartments and look at the school as well. And my dad actually got a suggestion from one of his friends that knew the area really, really well. So that was the first apartment that we looked at, and baby, I just gotta tell y'all, it wasn't what's that. Now, those are not actual pictures of the apartment, but that is how I felt stepping into the grounds. First of all, when we got there, the leasing office, the people that worked there, it looked like a telemarketing company. It looked like that. That's what it looked like. I'm not saying that's what they were doing, but that's what it looked like. And I just did not like the vibe that I got as soon as we stepped in. Like, it just, I felt like after we left there, anything else would have been better. And not to mention, the people that actually worked in the leasing office were not that friendly. It wasn't very welcoming when we walked in, and that also raised a red flag for me whenever we were looking at this apartment complex, because whenever I move, I want to be very, very comfortable where I'm staying, and I want, like, whenever there is a problem, I want to know that I will be in good hands, being that I'm not going to be at home by myself anymore. I want to be safe wherever I am, and I want to know that the people that are working at the apartment complex are ensuring that I'm going to feel safe. I'm going to feel welcome in that neighborhood, in the area. Speaking of the neighborhood and area, it was not in the safest area at all. It looked like it was near a lot of like liquor stores and stuff like that. Like, that raised a lot of red flags to me as well. The city that I'm moving to is not like Dallas, where you can just move in the suburbs and everything in the suburbs is near everything else. That's one thing that I do love about Dallas, although I'm not going to be in Dallas. That is one thing I do love about Dallas, is that you can move to certain areas and ensure that you'll be safe, but also be around a lot of things that are in close proximity to where you would need things. So that is one thing I did love about being here in Dallas all my life. And that also comes with a comfort. So I think as I grow comfortable in the city that I'm in, I think that will also be a factor that I play into as well. The area was not safe. The leasing office employees were not friendly. And let me tell y'all, when they gave us a tour of the actual place, I just want y'all to know, if the model home they showed me smelled stank, I don't know how I would have lived there by myself. The model home is supposed to be top tier. It's supposed to be what, you know, when they show you the model home, it's supposed to make you want to live there. I could not have gotten out of that place faster by looking at that model home. Like, nah. So there was a stench all around. Like, as soon as you even stepped onto the grounds of the apartment complex, there was a stench all around. It had this color that made it look like it was a McDonald's, like an extension of McDonald's, and everything was just, I really don't even mean to dog on the apartment complex like that, but it just was not. What's up, y'all? Like, I didn't even take pictures or videos of this place because it was so bad. Like, my dad didn't even like it. And the reason that we looked at this place first is because it had such low prices. And that's what I'm going to get to next. Now, when speaking to the leasing office employees, they did let us know that if I were to stay there, a 1-bedroom for, I think it was like 700 to 750 square feet of space, which is a lot of space for a 1-bedroom. They said that this would go for about $600 per month rent. $600 per month. I don't know about y'all, but that is cheap. I mean, dirt cheap. But there's nothing in this world that would have been that cheap and have that amount of space that would have made me stay in that area. I could not have done it. No. And I applaud everyone else that stays there. It just was not for me. That's not my kind of space. Nah, I'm sorry. I can't do it. Now, this next place was definitely an upgrade from the last place, and the next two apartments that I will be showing you guys actually were suggestions of my own per my realtor. Now, this is going to be another tip that I'm going to give you guys. If you guys are looking for an apartment complex and you've never been in this area before, or any area that you're going into before, I would definitely suggest that you guys get a realtor or a locator, because what they will do is they will find the apartments for you. They'll find out those rent prices for you, things that you're looking for. You just got to really be specific, and some things you will have to compromise on, but they'll find those deals for you. And that is one thing that I know I could not have done by myself. I know that I would not have been able to find any of the apartment complexes that they sent me if I weren't to get a locator or a realtor. So I would definitely suggest y'all get a locator or a realtor in your area. You don't have to pay them any money. It's actually the apartment complex that pays the money, or I don't know exactly how that works, but it's not you paying them. So I would definitely get that taken care of ASAP if I were you guys. Now, when we walked into the leasing office, there was just a complete shift. Like, first of all, it was a gated community. Like, huh? I felt like that was a luxury leaving the place before. And again, I'm not dogging them, I'm just saying, for a person like me, I need that security, man. We also did see a police officer in the front, and they assured us that there's a police officer on the grounds, and there's actually another one that lives there that's not on duty, but it's good to actually know that you have people that will keep you safe around. So that was one thing that we really, really liked, me and my father. Even the leasing office, like looking at the leasing office, you could even tell like the air conditioning was working. Bruh. The air conditioning was working. The people that worked there were very, very friendly. And actually, one of the girls there was actually from Dallas. So she definitely felt where I was coming from about, like, you know, moving to a new city by myself. So she definitely was so nice and worked with me and my dad all the way through. Now, the only downside about looking at this apartment that I did not like is that whenever we did see the model home, it didn't have any furniture in it, which I don't really care about, but it would have been nice to see kind of like what my place would have looked like and things that I would have done differently. But they did show us a very, very empty space. But what I did see is when I looked online, I looked at pictures of the place. So I will go ahead and insert some pictures that they have in those same apartment complexes and how they kind of styled it to look in those places. Now, we did look at two different models. So in the second video that I'm going to show you guys, I did go ahead and get a shot of the closet. But these are the perks that I love about this place. I love that it had a kitchen island because I can actually study here, and instead of getting a desk that would cost even more money. And what I loved about this place is it had a lot of storage. Underneath the kitchen island, there was storage. In the closet, they had storage. They had extra closet space for storage. They had pantries, they had shelves everywhere. So that's one thing that I did love about this place. And I love that it was very, very spacious. Now, the living room did have carpet, but this is something that I've been used to all my life, so I didn't really care about that. As long as the kitchen had wood, I was okay with that. Especially because I know how to freak my own place whenever I look for furniture and stuff. I'm not really looking for wood anyway, so wood was something that I was able to compromise on. Now, I loved how the bathroom had these very marble counters. It looked very, very nice. The only downside that I have about this whole apartment, because everything I loved, and this is 727 square feet that we looked at in a one bedroom. Everything I loved except for, and y'all are gonna think I'm vain for this. This is the one thing that I didn't like about this apartment complex, and don't hate me. The wood. The wood cabinets, I did not like the color of the wood cabinets at all, but it's something that I know that I can definitely grow to love in the future if this was the apartment that I were to go with. So yeah, I did love everything about the apartment except for that, and the rent actually was not that bad either. For $932 a month, you would be getting a valet trash, a parking garage, a key, and 24-hour access to the gyms that they have in the apartment complex. And that's what I love, because y'all know I'm going to need a gym to go ahead and work my stress off in and get this body right. So I really did love that they have a gym for me to use 24 hours, because you never know when shit's gonna hit the fan and you need to go release some stress in the gym, and when your schedule is gonna be all wonky. So I really did love the fact that you can go to the gym with that. Like, it had 24 hours. The pool looks nice, and you can literally to get everywhere in the apartment complex, you have to have a code, and that is one thing that I really liked. Because banking on safety, y'all, like the other apartment complex that we looked at, you literally just had to use a hook. Like there's a hook on the gates, and then you just walk in everywhere, and it wasn't even gated, so I didn't really feel safe walking into that apartment complex. Whereas this apartment complex, it seemed really, really secure. And it was actually in a much nicer area than the other apartment complex. It was only about, I would say, 15 minutes away from my school. So I think that that would have been a great option for me, being that it's really, really close. It actually, the biggest mall in the city is near my apartment complex. So whatever, I would have just, you know, pulled up, you know, gone to Sephora, gone a little time, got my little stuff or whatever, and moved on. Moved left and right on. I really did like the fact that there were lots of places that were close to this apartment complex, because I do feel like I'm really bad at directions, y'all. I'm gonna need GPS to go everywhere. And I do like the fact that, like, with this apartment complex, I feel like I won't have to go too far to go to Walmart, or to go to CVS, or go to Whole Foods, or to go to the mall. And I felt like everything was remotely around that apartment complex, and that really, really made me happy. Now this last apartment complex that we looked at, y'all, I almost died looking at this place, because I was like, bruh, this is really, really nice. Like, this is really, really nice. Like, it's so nice, y'all. Now this apartment complex was actually on the same street that we looked at the other apartment complex, so it wasn't far from it. It was in the same neighborhood. They were generally like the same kind of apartment complex, like they were gated community. You had to use a code to get in everywhere, 24-hour gym, valet trash pickup for every other day. So it was really, really nice to see that they had a lot of the similarities. But the only thing about this apartment that I would say would be different than the last apartment that we looked at was the wood. And that is one thing that, you know, I'm a little vain about, is the wood color. And they had wood all across the apartments except for the bedrooms. Now that's something that I could have worked with. The bathroom was extremely long and actually really, really big. But what I found about this apartment complex that I did not like was that it was really, really narrow. Like, everything felt like really closed in. And they kind of like trying to make up for it by showing you some of the more flashier furniture that they have all set up. And so that is something that you guys should not be fooled of. So that's another tip for you guys. Don't be fooled by the furniture that they put in the apartment complexes, because that is not what you're going to put in your apartment. Like, that's not. So in the model homes or the model apartments, don't be fooled by what kind of furniture they put in there, because it's not what you're going to be putting in there. It's good for a vision, but it's not what you're going to be putting into your apartment. Now, this was definitely more on the luxurious side of apartments. And the other apartment complex was considered a luxury apartment, but I wouldn't say it's there yet. I could definitely freaking make it my own luxury apartment, but I wouldn't say that it's considered a luxury apartment. But, you know, I'm gonna let them have it. I'm gonna let them have it. But this apartment complex is considered a little more luxury. They did have a nice view. They had everything set up really, really nice. And I did like the dark wood colors. I really, really liked that, with the cabinets, with the island. The island was really, really long as opposed to the other one, which the island was a little more square and had more room. But this one was really, really long. And I did like that as well. Now, here is the kicker. There was no security on site, and that was one thing I was weary about, because living alone, especially as a female, I think that that is something that I really want to be like feel safe about. There wasn't any security on the floors, and the only bad thing about this apartment is like the price. Like, I just feel like it's just not logical, the kind of prices that they were kind of giving. I don't know. Because based on the fact that the other apartment complex was literally on the same street and kind of had, I feel like, more amenities, I felt like it was really, you're really getting cheated with this price. So for a one bedroom, they basically told us it would be about $1,400. And that's rounding up, y'all. $1,300 to $1,400 for literally the same amount of space that I would have had in the other apartment complex, but it would have even been a little more narrow. Not a little, a lot more narrow. And the bedroom even didn't have that much space in it as well. Now, for a studio for this apartment complex, it is more towards the $1,000 range, but even at that, it was like $1,000, whereas the last apartment complex that we did look at was $900. That is not including the valet trash. So whereas I did see that I liked the wood colors, I think that was really making me want to lose my mind. I did actually go with the second apartment complex because that was more in my price range, and I know I can do a lot with that space that I was given. And then even when I was showing my friends all the apartment spaces and everything like that, they were like, honestly, Cindy, you don't even need that much room. It's just you're a tiny woman, and by yourself, I know you can make this place look like your own anyway. So that really did give me a lot of reassurance. And with the price that I'm paying, the price that I'm about to pay, like, I'll take it, you know? Keep it, go ahead. So I want to go ahead and get y'all's opinion. Which apartment complex did you like the most? And I want to know the price ranges for the areas that you guys are living in. Tell me where you guys are living, so I know if I should, come visit or whatever, maybe come move over there or whatever. I mean, if your rent is $500 and you live in like large, then let me come live with you. Let me live in your suitcase. I'll live in your closet. But that is it for this video, and I'm so excited to get you guys on this journey with me on my moving out process. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. Comment down below also what other videos you will be looking forward to seeing in my moving out process. Make sure you guys also check out Poshmark if you're looking for new home items, if you're looking for new fashion items, beauty items, all of that. All of that information will be in the description box down below, and make sure you guys check them out. Make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media. That is Cinderella OG on all platforms, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Stay blessed and beautiful gems, and I love you so much. Smooches.